Chris, was it the breaking ball that made a difference tonight?
I think so.
How?
Kept him off the fastball for the most part. I had trouble throwing the fastball to my glove side away from righties, so Coach Jordan told me to scoot over on the rubber. Made an adjustment, and everything seemed to work out.
Is that the best you think you've thrown that breaking ball this year?
I think so. It was sharp today. I felt like I had command of it the whole game. I wanted to go out the ninth, but Coach Van Horn said no. So
when you're hitting 95 and you're spinning that thing pretty good coming back with it, I mean, how much does that really throw guys off?
you'd have to ask hitters that question. I'm not really sure.
Well, I mean, with your effectiveness, whenever you're able to do that, going up against those.
I think when I have my curveball and I'm feel comfortable with it, throwing it behind the count. Like tonight, we threw it when I was 2-0, 3-1, any count really. It makes a big difference. Keeps the hitters off fastball. So.
Jake, what did it look like to you?
When Chris can command all three pitches, he has nights like tonight in Alabama. Like you said, when you throw 95, most of the guys on this level have to cheat for a fastball. When you can throw a curveball 2-1, changeups 1-0, it makes it really tough on the hitters. And they tried to sit fastball, and we threw a lot of breaking balls early, got them off of it, and we were able to use the fastballs late. That was probably the best I've seen, is curveball location and kind of sharpness at the end of it.
Jake, just after the staff last year, when you kind of think, how can y'all have this same staff, different staff do the same things?
Everybody was kind of questioning our pitching staff this year, and for me, it was never really a question. Watching them all fall, just because they were young or they didn't have as many innings, didn't mean we weren't going to be as good. Our pitching depth's just as good, just didn't have experience, and now that we're kind of getting everybody their experience, you can start to see most of the pitchers take off and go in the right direction.
Hey, Chris, when you go back to that Florida game, was that kind of an eye-opener for you, maybe?
It was a learning experience. I only had one pitch, and it was a fastball, and it was up in the zone. We couldn't risk that third game on Sunday, so had to come out, and we got the job done. We got a win.
I mean, was that kind of a turning point, maybe?
Yeah, because when I have the fastball up, even if it is 95, when it's up in the zone and that's all I can throw for a strike, that's pretty easy to hit. Florida hit it pretty hard for 2 innings, and it was done after that.
You looked like you wanted to pitch the 9th inning. Obviously, did not. What was that thought process like?
I was sitting down, and Coach Van Horn came down the dugout, and I said, "Don't tell me you're down here to pull me out." And he said, "Yeah, I am." But I knew Zach Jackson or whoever they decided to put out there in the 9th was going to get it done. So.
Hey, Brian, how big was that 5-run second to get you guys kind of going?
Yeah, it just kind of gave us that momentum swing that we were looking for. We had a great performance last night from Jalen Beeks. Both of our starting pitchers, yesterday did a great job. And, as an offense, you're just looking for that spark to get you rolling. And, we were able to get that today, put up some runs early, get their starter out, and get to their bullpen, and they threw a lot of young guys out of their bullpen, and we were able to get to them as well.
What's it like playing behind those 3 starters?
It's fun. It takes some pressure off you. They get a lot of swing and misses. A lot of caps off the end, a lot of jam shots. But that they're going to give you quality innings every time. That's what you can rely on, and as an offensive player, that they're going to give you a chance to win the game. And like I said, we had a chance to win every game this series, and we were able to take advantage of 2 of those, and got out of there and won the series.
Chris, you guys as a staff gave up 3 runs against the number 1 or number 2 team in the country this weekend. Just overall, how proud of you of that?
I fed off of Killian and Beeks' performances yesterday. Killian went 7 in the third, couple ground balls squeezed through the 4 hole. It's just bad luck baseball. Beeks came out through a complete game yesterday. I fed off those 2. I knew we were going to swing it. I just had to go out and do my job.
Jake, you've been around the block a few times, know how tough the SEC is. But does it make any difference when you take a series from a team that's got the number 1 next to their name?
Not for us, because we don't expect to lose, or we don't feel overmatched in any series we take. Every time I've stepped on the field here, we feel like we can win the series. But when you do beat a number 1 team, it's always going to add a little more confidence to you and stuff like that. I know the pitchers are going to use that momentum, knowing that they shut down a really, really good offense. And for us, we just got to come out and play like that every time, like every team's the number one team in the nation.
You've all been here for a few years, so anybody who wants to answer this, you've had a lot of success against South Carolina. But how would you attribute, or what would you attribute that to?
I don't really know. I mean, we try to take every series the same way, but maybe we don't. Maybe we come out with a little fire because they're always up there. They're always, since I've been here for 4 years, they've been in the top 10 every year I can remember. So maybe we just need to take that same mentality to every weekend.
Hey Brian, you guys, how important was it to win the series and then get to 500 in conference play with 8 games?
You know, it's definitely a confidence booster. You know, taking 2 or 3 from, like they said, the number 1 RPI. You know, it's a stepping stone. You know, Coach Jordan was telling us that, you know, we're starting to see some guys start to stay in the zone. You know, on offense, we're not chasing balls out of the zone. You know, getting our walks whenever we can, put pressure on their defense. You know, I feel like that was a pretty good defending team, and they made a decent amount of errors against us, and that's because, you know, we're running hard down the baseline, you know, putting the ball on the ground, making them work for every out, and, you know, we were able to come out with 2 victories.
You've got 10 games against great teams throughout the course of 2 weeks. Just how big of a stretch is this for you guys?
It's going to be critical. Like you said, we just hit that 500 mark in the SEC, but you know, every team in the SEC is good. You know, you can't overlook anybody, and that's, you know, the teams coming in the midweek, whether it's guys on weekends. They come to play. You know, whenever they come to Baum Stadium, they know that's going to be a challenge, and they throw their best at us. So you know, it's important for us not to overlook any teams and try and just take it one day at a time, whether it's practice or a game day.
Jake, how would you assess the quality of the pitching this week?
I mean, giving up 3 runs to that team, so 1 run a game, it's pretty remarkable. I mean, since I've been here, South Carolina's probably one of the better hitting teams in my 4 years. And I know we swept them last year, but I don't think we pitched as well as we did this weekend. If a couple breaks go our way in the first game, then we're able to sweep them. But just the pitching staff, I like to see the growth every week, and you can actually see, you know, pitchers grow and learn and trust themselves, which I've really like to see.
For Jake and Brian, you guys have UNLV coming in, number 11 RPI team in the country. Just can talk about getting prepared for another tough team in non-conference.
Good.
You know, we're just going to take it the same way that we did, you know, today. We're just going to try and come out early and get the bats rolling and help whoever's starting out. You know, try and get on top of them early and get to their bullpen as best we can. Really just depends on, you know, just coming out and getting some momentum and getting ahead early. I think that's crucial for us in those midweek games, and just to, you know, just get after them early as best we can.
Yeah, like Brian said, I think a good early start to a midweek is always really important, because sometimes if you had a bad week, you may carry it over. If you had a good week, and you may be overconfident and, you know, overlook someone. So we're going to go in there just like we came out today, like it's the, you know, rubber game of the series, and we need to win it. We need to come out there, and I think it's important to get a good start.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.